Hello Tiger fans and welcome to Tiger TV.
This is Mike White with Coaches Talk. We're here today with Coach Justin Cruz, head football coach of the Ripley High School Tigers. And clarify that, playoff-bound Ripley High School Tigers. Congratulations, Coach.
Man, it's great to be here, isn't it?
Ain't it, though? I was doing a little research, and of course, this is the 6th year in a row that we've been to the playoffs.
Fifth year.
Fifth year,
yes, sir,
in the playoffs, and that's the first time it's ever happened at Ripley. And so congratulations on that. You brought us a long way. You kind of brought us out of the ashes from when you got here to where we are now. I mean, we're a playoff contender every year, it seems like, at least for the last 5 for sure. So congratulations on that. And of course, we'll be traveling to Sheffield tonight to take on Sheffield at Kirby High School. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And well, before we get to Kirby, I wanted to find out a little bit about how practice has gone this week and how healthy we are.
Oh, I think practice has gone well. Kids are excited. Anytime you're practicing in November, you've done something good enough to get there throughout the year. But more importantly, we told the kids all week, there's plenty of schools sitting at home that would love to be here. Right now, it's already taking their stuff up and cleaned up the locker rooms and moving on to basketball season or whatever else future endeavor they have. So you got to cherish every game from this point forward. But I think in that regard, the kids have responded well, and the seniors are kind of taking ownership that, hey, every game could be your last. At this point, you don't take care of business. So it's been high energy, a lot of focus. Kids are chomping at the bit. They know that if we win this game, there's most likely we're going to get a chance to go back at Dyersburg. And, we definitely want to go back and take another swing at them guys. But health-wise, we got a couple beats and bangs here and there, but everybody that's been playing the last couple weeks is ready to go and hopefully stays healthy for the rest of this little run.
Well, and switching gears to Kirby, or actually to Sheffield, but we're playing at Kirby High School. Is that correct? And I think that's out east Memphis?
Yes, sir, off Kirby Parkway. I think it's right outside of Germantown.
Okay. All right. Well, what do we know about Sheffield? I think their record is 6-4. Is that correct?
7-3.
7-3, and they obviously won their district, so 1 against 4. So how do we match up against them? What do we know about them?
I think we match up well. I tell you, I was actually talking to Steve a while ago and told him that I thought that quarterback was exceptional. He's a very good athlete. He does some phenomenal things. He plays free safety for him and quarterback. He can really go when he takes off, so it's important that we bottle him up and keep him in the pocket. And he actually throws the deep ball pretty well too. So we have to do a good job in coverage on the back end to take advantage of that. But I would say, to compare them to somebody we've played, they're similar to Bolton in that they have athletes in a lot of different places. Their offensive line, I think, could be better at times, a little inconsistent. Defense is probably their weakest point. They try to score a lot of points, and in some games they do. But you got to get to that quarterback early and often and keep him in the pocket and make him do some stuff he doesn't want to do, shut down the run game and just kind of corral the athletes. And I think if we can just run the ball right at them, I really do think we got a lot to go on offense as well, because I believe up front, this is one of the few matches I can say all year that we're better up front than they are.
So are they predominantly a spread team?
Yeah, they're going to spread it out. It's going to look like, 3 wide with an H-back. The H-back plays wing. Typically doesn't go out and pass routes, doesn't do anything but block. He's a glorified extra lineman. But yeah, they're spread. They will go some doubles and trips here and there a little bit too. But they like to try to run their zone game, counter game. Throw some deep balls and curls.
What would they line up in on defense?
Yep, that's a good question. It looks like at times they're in 4-2-5. I see them jumping 3-3 stack. I think they're going to try to line up and whatever they feel like matches up best with the offense they're playing. I don't think they have an identity they stay with week to week defensively. I think it's more about matchups, and I think we're kind of preparing it, looking at different things. So if they do throw something different at us, we can adjust to it.
So going into this game, are you making any changes offensively or defensively to prepare for this game or to match up better with them or to get the matchups that you like?
Well, I think the main thing is block somebody. That's one adjustment we'd like to make. Personnel-wise, it's going to be the same pretty well. We got to get some guys going. We're going to go back under center some. We're going to be able to bounce back in between that and the gun, kind of like we did early in the year. We felt like our run game's kind of suffered the last couple weeks because of what we've been doing. So try to get that back going again, get some physicality back. I think that's probably the biggest thing with being in the gun so much is that you lose some physicality with it. When you're under center, you don't have a choice but to be physical. You don't gain yards. So yeah, we're going to do that offensively and try to get some people going. And defensively, we're 3-4. We're going to spread. We're going to play very similar to how we did with Westview. It's like I said, very similar scheme-wise. So yeah, it's nothing new. It's just do it better.
So their quarterback that plays free safety, obviously, I guess he's the best defensive player they've got as well.
Yeah, he's just probably the best athlete on the field on both sides come Friday night.
Do they have a lot of size?
They got a little bit here and there. It's nothing that just stands out like crazy on film. Like I said, we can get there in person. It can be different. The film's not great that we're getting, so it's kind of been a little distant. It's hard to even pick up numbers on it, but. Yeah, I don't know exactly size. Nobody stands out like crazy on film as far as size, but that could be different when we get there.
Well, Coach, again, huge congratulations on making the playoffs the 5th year in a row. And I know the team's excited, the town's excited, the school, the student body, and we want to have a great crowd to come out tonight and support the Ripley High School Tigers in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs against Sheffield at Kirby High School, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, all right, Coach, again, well, good luck, and we appreciate everything you do for our program, and we'll see you on the sideline.
Thank you.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the live broadcast of Ripley High School football. In the first round of the TSSAA, the Ripley Tigers are here in Memphis at Kirby High School taking on Sheffield. This is the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. This is Mike White here to bring you all the live action here on Tiger TV and WTRB. I want to give a special shout out to start the broadcast. As many of you know, the Tigers were fed a steak dinner last night, the cheerleaders, football players, and the coaches. And the community really stepped up really big to help the Tigers, and I just want to acknowledge some of those folks as they were instrumental in doing this. They are Emma Simpson with Unique Properties, Norman Hendren with Hendren Construction, Dr. Hunt, Steve Vickery with Tiger TV, Jody Edwards, Circuit Court Clerk, Craig Fitzhugh, City Mayor and Bank of Ripley, Garrison Taylor, he's the Chief Deputy, Brian Kelly, who is the Sheriff, Roger Mills at Mills Food Plaza, Natalie Massengill at Landers Auto North in Covington, WTRB Radio, Maurice Gaines, County Mayor, Randy Danley with the Park and Rec, Sean Kimball with the as the Superintendent of Lauderdale County Schools. So a big thank you to all those folks who really helped the Ripley Tigers have a great meal and some great fellowship yesterday. So we're having the captain's meetings now. I got to make mention, went to a couple of funerals today. Some people probably from around, a lot of people from around Ripley, and a lot of listeners know Miss Martha McCoy. She was 95 years old and one of the sweetest ladies you'd ever meet. And then also Mr. J.B. Haynes. And it looks like Ripley is going to receive. So they'll get the ball first. Let's see, the captains for tonight were Hearn, Taylor Carney, Kobe Mainers, and Logan Simpson. So Ripley will go on offense to start the game. The starting lineup for the Ripley Tigers on offense will be number 63, Bradley Arab. He's a senior, a tackle. The other tackles, number 54, Dallas Midkiff. He's a senior. Guard, 54, Logan Simpson, a junior. Guard, 57, Logan Simpson, a junior. Center number 72, Dalton Wilson, a sophomore. H-back, number 5, Carney Taylor. He's a senior. Wide receiver, number 22, Terrence Hunter. Wide receiver, number 1, May J. Barbie. Wide receiver, number 8, Josh Hearn. He's a junior. Running back, number 41, Omarion Pitts. And quarterback, number 2, a sophomore, Sammy Smith. I think we are getting ready for the national anthem. So we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after the national anthem. We're back as we get ready for a kickoff here in this TSSAA matchup. This is a number 4 team out of the Ripley District, District 7, taking on the number 1 team out of the Memphis District in 3A, Sheffield. Ripley is 4-6 on the season. Sheffield is 7-3. A lot of great games going on all across the state, especially in West Tennessee. And I wish all the West Tennessee teams good luck. So in Sheffield will take the field as they get ready to kick off. I want to also mention our Ripley High School football cheerleaders. They are Kaylin Green, Lee Hutchins, Kaylee McNeil, Selena Conrad, Meg Coker, Kaylee Etheridge, Marley Heath, Reese White, Aisha Body, Rhett White, Laney Woodard, Linda Burham, Cheyenne Pitchew, Julia Manley, and Kaylee Pittman. The coaches are Ginger Hearn and Bailey Breen. And the coaches for Ripley High School this year, as it has been for the last few years, head coach Justin Cruz, Blake Stegall, Aaron Lowry, Jordan Garner, Tim Grapes, Apollo Mukes, Austin Tate, Randy Daly, and Coach Seabury. And here's the kick. It's kickoff time in Tiger Town. It's a short kick, and it looks like we didn't get on it quick enough, and they are going to recover it. It was a high kick, and we definitely had time to get on the ball, but it hit, and it took a high bounce, and then the Tigers trying to get on it just didn't get there quick enough. So Sheffield will have the ball first now as Ripley kicked off and did not recover the kickoff, so they will go on defense to start with. The starting lineup for defense for the Ripley Tigers is defensive end, number 59, Octavian Thomas. He's a senior. Defensive end, Omarion Pitts, a junior. And we'll get back. No, they say that they did not get the ball. So Ripley maintains possession. They'll have the ball at their own 41-yard line to start this play. Smith in at quarterback. He takes the ball. He's going to hand it off to big old Pitts going off the left side or off the right side for about a 4-yard gain as he gets out to the 45-yard line, where it'll be second and around 6. Ripley up to the line quickly. This time Smith will be under center. He'll take the snap, and he hands it to Big O again, going off the left side for a pickup of a couple more. Should bring up third and around 3. And it looks like 3rd and 4 from this angle. So Ripley hustles up to the line. Ball on the 46-yard line. And they pull Sheffield offside, so Ripley will get that first down. Or should be really close to it for the first down. Let's see where they actually spot it. And it's going to be right at the first down marker, but it's enough for a first down. So that's a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. 11 minutes to go, first quarter. No score, Ripley with the ball. Ripley will have 2 wide to the right. That'll be Hearn and Hunter, and wide to the left is Barbie. And offsides again by Sheffield. So that will give Ripley 5 more yards, and it'll be 1st and 5. So again, a big shout out to all the folks in Lauderdale County and Ripley that helped feed the team last night. The kids really enjoyed it. The coaches all appreciated it. And just can't say enough for how the community supports the Ripley team. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Quarterback shotgun Smith. Takes a high snap, hands it off to Pitts, and he's going to lose about 7 yards trying to get outside. They came pouring in on the offensive left side, and he never got a chance to ever turn upfield, so he's going to lose. He's going to lose quite a few yards. He's back to the 50-yard line. He's got to get to the 38 for a first down. Ripley to the line, shotgun formation. And the quarterback keeps it himself and is up through the middle. He's break a couple of tackles as he gets good yardage and gets back inside the sticks down to about the 42-yard line, 43-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. 10 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. Shotgun formation, 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Smith changes the call. Takes a snap, hands it off to Pitts, and he's wrapped up just about the line of scrimmage. And that's about as far as he's going to get. They may say he loses a yard. We'll call it 2nd down, and it looks like they moved it back to about the original line of scrimmage. So well, now they move it again. It's going to bring up 4th down for Ripley at any rate. 4th and 7 according to the scoreboard. Hearn back to punt. 1 man stands back deep at the 15 for Sheffield. Here's the snap. And he punts it and gets a good roll, and it hits and rolls out of bounds inside the 15 and around the 14-yard line, where Sheffield will have it 1st and 10. They say it's at the 15. I don't think that was a good spot, but I'm not the referee. You know, hopefully we can win this game and go back even to Dyersburg. At least we've got a well-lit field, and both teams have locker rooms, which is not the case here. All right, Ripley will go on defense with 8:54 to go first quarter, no score. Sheffield to the line. They'll have 2 wide to the left. They hand the ball to the running back trying to get outside. No, it was a fake, and he's got a man running long downfield, number 3, and he was wide open. We totally blew that coverage. And fortunately, he overthrew him by about 10 yards, and so it'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15 for Sheffield here at Kirby Stadium. First round of the TSSAA playoffs. Sheffield will have 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. They are a spread team. Quarterback is just going to run himself this time off the right side, and he picks up about 5 or 6 yards going off the left side. It's going to bring up 3rd and around 4 for Sheffield. Now, I've only been able to see 1 stick tonight.
Fix the sticks. Fix the sticks.
At any rate, the clock continues to wind. 8:14 to go. They say it's 2nd and 15. And he throws the ball, almost picked off by number 2, Sammy Smith for the Tigers, but it falls incomplete. And so now they showed it was second. Now they show it's fourth. And the scoreboard says third. The down marker says fourth. It looks like it is fourth because a punting team comes on for Sheffield, and back deep for the Tigers is going to be Terrence Hunter, as he's going to stand back around his 40-yard line. Sheffield will be punting from, the punter stands inside his own 10. The ball is at the 15-yard line. Here's a snap, and we go after it, but don't get it in a great punt. It's going to hit and take a Sheffield roll, and it rolls down to the 34-yard line. And so Ripley will get the ball back with 7:54 on the clock. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line to start this next offensive drive. Again, this is the 5th year in a row that the Ripley Tigers have made the playoffs under Coach Cruz and his staff, and it's the first time in school history we've made it 5 years in a row. And I think under one coach, Coach Cruz, we have been to the playoffs more times under him than we have any other coach we've had since the playoff, since they broke into districts and have had playoffs. So Ripley up to the line, 1st and 10 from their own 34, 7:54 on the clock. Hearn and Hunter split wide to the right, Barbie wide to the left, shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to Pitts. Going off the left side, he's in the secondary. He's got the first down, and he's still on his feet as he crosses the 50 and pushed out of bounds at around the 50-yard line, right at the 50, they're saying. So that'll move the sticks, and it'll be a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Ripley kind of a hurry-up offense as they do not huddle. They go straight to the line. Hearn and Hunter wide to the right. Barbie wide to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is going to keep it himself and run right up the middle. He's in the secondary. He's got the first down as he pushes forward for about 11 down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line, where it'll be a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Clock winds at 7:25. Same formation for Ripley. Smith takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff and keep it himself and trying to get something, and he does fight forward and picks up maybe about a yard. Now they're going to say he is basically no gain. He had a chance to hand it off, and it was a read, so he pulled it back out and got what he could out of it. Basically no gain, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 39. Ripley looks to the sideline to get the call. Here's a snap. Quarterback wants to throw. Looking, throws out in the flat, and it was a little high, and it was intended for hurdle, but it falls incomplete, so it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Ripley. And I've got to say, looking back at last week's game against Dyersburg, it looked like we had some confusion on the first play, but the coach told me, he said, we actually practiced the first play that we're going to run in every game for 3 days before the game, so everybody knows who's out there and what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to line up and what the first play is. And then we got a delay of game called on us, which the coach said I'm not really sure know what to do about that. But anyway, we hand it off. Smith keeps it himself and runs up the middle inside as he crosses the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And it'll make it 4th down. And Ripley's going to go for it. It's 4th and about 4. See if we can pull them off sides. Look to the sideline and get the call. Smith wants to throw. He drops back. He's looking. He's got a man. He's in double coverage, though. And it falls incomplete right at the goal line. So Ripley will turn the ball over on downs. It was 4th and 3. Went for it all and actually kind of threw into double coverage, but it was a good effort there made by the receiver. And that was Terrence Hunter. But it does fall to the turf, and it falls incomplete. And so now the ball will go over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 Sheffield as they will start from their own 32-yard line. Sheffield out to get over the ball. 5:58 to go in the first and no score. Makes you kind of feel like Ripley's just about to break one, but wide outs 3 to the left for Sheffield. We've got to do a good job. Their quarterback, I know, is their best player, and we've definitely got to keep him contained. Here's a snap, and the quarterback hands it off to his running back, hitting the backfield and brought down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, back to the 30. So he loses 2 yards. That was Deloach on the tackle. So it'll be 2nd and 12. So with 2nd and 12, ball at the 30-yard line now. 5:30 on the clock. No score, first quarter, first round of the TSSAA playoffs. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is going to hand it to his running back, trying to get outside on the right side, and he's caught in the backfield by Carney, and he slows him down, and he's cleaned up by a couple of other Tigers, but the All-State linebacker from Ripley, number 5, Carney, brings him down behind the line of scrimmage for about a 5-yard loss. So it should be, it's around 3rd and 15. Third and 17 according to the scoreboard. We'll go with that. Ball on the 31. 4:40 to go, first quarter. Also got to mention that I had just found out today that Miss Martha Lee, everybody probably knows her from Lee's Barbecue. Such a fine, sweet lady. She passed away, and her funeral is tomorrow at Thompson's Mortuary. So thoughts and prayers go with them. And they hand the ball off to the running back. I know the quarterback pulls it out, he's keeping himself. He scrambles and hitting the backfield. He still gets away. He's still on his feet. And he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage finally, about the 24-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and around 20 for Sheffield as they send their punt squad on. Anyway, like I said, Miss Martha Lee, just one of the sweetest ladies you'd ever want to meet. No telling how many millions or tons of barbecue she sold in her lifetime. And of course, anybody who knew Miss Martha McCoy knows that she was just the sweetest lady there ever was. And then Mr. J.B. Haynes, you couldn't ask for a sweeter soul than him. So a lot of heavy hearts in Ripley. Here's a snap. Punter gets the ball away. It's a long punt, and it hits about the 40, about the 38, and rolls out of bounds at the 20, or check that, the 30-yard line. So Ripley will go to work, 1st down and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 3:33 to go in the first. I went really quick over the Ripley coaches, and I want to take a little more time. Coach Justin Cruz, head football coach Blake Stegall, and it's pretty dark up here. I'm going to have to turn on the light to even be able to read these, but we'll get to that after this play if we have time. It's 1st and 10 for Ripley, 1 wide to either side, quarterback under center. Man in motion. They hand it to the man in motion, which is Hunter, and he's the speedster. He gets outside and is brought down at the 36-yard line. So it'll be a 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Ripley.
6-yard gain from number 22, Terrence Hunter.
The coaches for Ripley, Coach Justin Cruz. Assistants are Blake Stegall. We'll get back after this play. 1 wide to either side, and I think we have a timeout. And Sheffield called the timeout. That'll give us a little more time. Again, Justin Cruz, the head football coach, Blake Stegall, assistants, Aaron Lowry, Jordan Garner, Tim Grapes, Apollo Mukes, Austin Tate, Randy Daly, and DeMarcus Seabury. And along with them, of course, the cheerleader coaches and all those coaches that work with our young people do a fantastic job. And they make our young people better people. And that includes Coach Ginger Hearn and Coach Bailey Reen. So give those people a shout out, and they really do a good job working with our young folks, and we appreciate everything they do. We get ready to come back after the timeout. It will be 3:05 first quarter, no score. Ripley will have the ball 2nd and 4 from their own 37-yard line. Ripley comes out, After the timeout, both teams are just about ready for play. Hearn split wide right. Hunter split wide left. Barbie in the backfield, along with Pitts and quarterback Smith under center. Takes a snap, and he hands the ball to Barbie, going off the left side, trying to get outside. He gets a hold, gets the first down, and is tripped up across the 45 at the 47-yard line. It will be 1st and 10. It's a Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger first down. 3:05 on the clock. Clock stopped momentarily for the change to be reset. Quarterback under center, takes a snap. He's going to hand it to Big O, going off the left side. He breaks it down the far sideline. He's got the first down. He's pushed out of bounds and brought down finally at about the 40-yard line. So it's another Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger first down. I got to mention that's also my insurance agent, or my agency that I use. And I think there's going to be a flag on the play maybe against Ripley. It looks like it. Oh, no, they're just measuring it. You know, coming to Memphis, I was driving down I-40 or 240, and a truck in front of me had a trailer with a bunch of trash cans on it, and one of them flew out and landed right in front of me, and I swerved but wasn't able to keep the damage off of the front corner. So looks like I'll be paying a visit to them and Connell's Body Shop pretty soon. Ripley will have one wide right. That's going to be Hearn. One wide left. That's going to be Hunter. Quarterback under center, split backfield. And they hand the ball to Barbie going off the right side, and he's going to pick up a yard about. So it'll be 2nd down 9 for Ripley as we are just about at the 2-minute mark. Ripley to the line. Got a shout out from Mr. Jimmy Hill, a longtime Ripley supporter, saying that he's listening to us loud and clear. Appreciate you, Mr. Jimmy. Here's a high snap. It's brought down and given to Pitts as he goes off the left side, and he's twisted and brought down just shy of the 35-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd and about, looks like 5 from here. Yeah, you can't see the down marker on one end of it, or the chains, and so it's hard to see. Quarterback takes a pass, or takes a snap. He rolls out, and he's going to throw it, and it's picked off by Sheffield, and they advance it down across the 45 to the 44-yard line. And I was actually looking downfield because I thought he was going to get that pass off, and he did, but evidently they've got some tall, long athletes here at Sheffield, and they were able to pick it off and return it back to the 44-yard line. So with 1:23 to go in the first quarter, Ripley's drive, and they had a good drive going, was stopped by an interception. So Sheffield now going back the other way, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 44. Quarterback he pulls it out now. He's looking to run himself and giving chase in the backfield, but he gets out and runs down the far sideline for a nice gain. Number 7, Austin Thompson, was right there on his heels and almost got him, but he slips out and picks up about 7 yards down the far sideline to make it 2nd and 3 with 1:14 to go. First quarter, no score. 2 wide left for Sheffield, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it to his running back going off the left side. He's got a little room, but it closes up quick by number 2, Smith. Catches him behind the line. They're going to say his forward progress is going to keep him close to the line of scrimmage, but he's actually going to lose a couple. At any rate, like I said, they don't have the orange markers on on both ends of the chains, so it's hard to tell, to gauge. But from here, maybe they didn't lose any yards. It looks like it's 3rd and 3, and we've got, don't know if we've got enough time to get one more playoff unless it's incomplete or a timeout. This should be the last play of the first quarter, and Sheffield does call a timeout. So Sheffield will take a timeout.
I'm trying to see what they should have had a stick.
How do you, I guess, not have it when it's connected to the other one? Like,
And you took the
I want to give a special shout out to the playoff sponsors for both WTRB and Tiger TV. Among those are Bank of Ripley, Quality Service, Lauderdale Lumber and Hardware, McDonald's, Farm Bureau Insurance, Express RX, First Citizens National Bank, Lauderdale Community Hospital, Greenbridge Insurance and Investments, Dan Douglas, Attorney at Law, Pinnell's Body Shop, and Tennessee Lottery. Also Taco versus Sushi and Doggy Boutique and Salon. All right, we're ready to come back after the timeout, where it'll be 3rd and 3 for Sheffield. They're at the Tiger 37. They'll send 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. 1 set back to the quarterback's right. Takes a snap. Quarterback's just going to run himself. He's number 0. He's got the first down. He's the one to stop, and he picks up the first down inside the 30. And that's the one that we've got to contain all night from what the coaches said. And he was able to shake a couple of us off and move the sticks for a first down. And we've only got 14 seconds left on this quarter play clock, so not sure that we'll get another play off. We won't, as we're down to 4. So at the end of 1 here from Kirby Stadium, it's Ripley Tigers 0, Sheffield 0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the second quarter right after this. We are getting ready for the second quarter here at Kirby Stadium, where the Ripley Tigers are taking on the Sheffield team, and the score at the end of 1 is 0-0. As I started to say earlier, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Jimmy Hill, a longtime supporter of all things Ripley athletics, and always appreciate his input and everything he means to Ripley High School athletics. Also another person who has been a longtime supporter who hadn't been able to come to the games, I don't think, this year, Jimmy Kiesler. So big shout out to him as well, and to all the former Ripley Tigers. Sheffield with the ball. 1st and 10. And we have some conversation with the referees taking place. We just swapped ends of the field. The ball is on the 28-yard line. It's 1st and 10. I'm not sure what that conversation was about, but it looks like we're ready to play ball. First play of the second quarter. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback pulls it out and got it himself. We almost had him in the backfield, but we still corral him up before he gets to the 25. Maybe about a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. As Coach Cruz had mentioned in the coaches show, be sure to listen to that, Coaches Talk, as we are, as he mentioned, their quarterback, I think last week, was involved in 6 touchdowns. I think he ran for 2, threw for 2, and then he plays safety and picked off 2 for touchdowns. So he's definitely somebody you got to keep your eye on. He's a long young man. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. And he throws it out into the flat. It's complete. Or actually, that was a screen pass, and almost brought down behind the line by number 20, but he slows him down enough that he is tackled before he gets to the first down marker. But he's close to it. He's going to be, let's see if there's a flag on the play. Not sure, but he was down inside the 25. It was going to be about, okay, I guess there is no play, so it's going to be no flag. There is 3rd and 4. With 10:42 is the situation, no score, second quarter, first round of the TSSAA playoffs. We don't have a play clock here, but it seems like they're taking a lot of time to get this play in, and everybody lined up, and they'll have 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Sheffield in shotgun. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw, and he's going to pull it down now and run it himself. And great job. He's slowed down from behind. Now he throws it and completes it, and we still get him behind the line of scrimmage. Number 11, J.Q. Hurdle on the tackle for the Tigers. And they catch him back at the 29-yard line. Or check that, yeah, 29-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and around 9. 9:35 to go, second quarter, no score. 4th and 9 for Sheffield, and they're lined up to go for it with 2 wide outs to each side. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw, looking. Now he rolls to his right. Now he's wanting to show he's directing traffic, and he's flushed out of the pocket and just dumps it off, and it's complete. And we missed the first tackle. The second one gets him, but not until he gets inside the red zone and picks up a first down. He's going to be down at the 7-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for Sheffield. We had him stop 2 or 3 times, and he's a great athlete. And what he did was he took his time and was able to just dump the ball over about 4 yards in front of him. And we have an injured player on the field right now. That is J.Q. Hurdle. Not sure what's wrong with him. He was involved on the play, and he's going to be have to be helped off the field. He's trying to get back to his feet. The coach has come out to take a look at him. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Great athlete and definitely plays hard. Now he gets up and he's able to walk off under his own power. With the help of the athletic trainer, she came out and checked him out, along with, I think that's Coach Cruz walking back across the field. So he looks like hopefully he'll be able to come back. 8:56 to go in the second. It is 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for Sheffield. Sheffield will have 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap, and the quarterback pulls it out himself and is going to run it himself, and he gets down inside the 5 to around the 4-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4 for Sheffield. All right, 8:14 to go. Second quarter. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Two wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback's going to keep it himself, going off the left side. He got close, but he didn't get in. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line, it appears, from here. We'll try to get you up to date on some scores as we progress through the night. Third and goal from the 2. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback is going to throw it. It's just a fade pattern, and wow, what a catch. It is good for a touchdown. It was a one-handed catch by the receiver. He actually brought it into his body and then took his other hand and put on it. And it was thrown really high, and he's a long, tall receiver, and he just reached up there with one hand and was able to pull that pass in. And so with 7:16 to go, second quarter, Sheffield up 6-0 over Ripley. And I was just looking up to see they are the Sheffield Knights. We get ready for a 2-point conversion, and they go for it, and it looked like they made it, and they do. So with 7:16 to go, it is the score now 8-0 Sheffield over Ripley as we get ready for Ripley to get the ball back. So that was just a very unfortunate turn of events for the Tigers. The interception on a really good sustained drive, and almost had them stopped twice. And again, their quarterback is extremely athletic, and he helps make a couple of plays and puts the ball exactly where it has to be for the touchdown, and comes up with that touchdown. So that's what gets us our score now, 8-0. Ripley got their work cut out for them. See if we can get some scores from around this area. Dyersburg 15, Raleigh Egypt 6, that's in the first. Haywood 27 over Kirby, that's in the first. Henry County over Dyer County 21-0, that's in the first. Peabody 21-0 over Bluff City. Germantown 14, Ravenwood 0, Memphis Central 7, Springfield 6. And no score on the Halls Booker T. Washington game yet. We are lined up now for the kickoff as Sheffield Knights get ready to kick off. Back deep for the Tigers is Hunter. And it's a ball, it's fumbled, and they're going to get back on it again. It's extremely high, and it was actually taken by, or tried to be caught by one of our linemen up front. We're going to have to put some skill guys up front. And it goes through his hands and bounces behind him, and they were able to get on the ball. And so they get the ball back, and, I don't necessarily, let's see, did they say we maintain possession? Let me get that correct this time. Well, they're saying, no, it's not. It is 1st and 10 Ripley, so I guess we must have got back on it. So it will be 1st and 10 Ripley as they maintain possession. I don't think their kicker's trying to kick an onside kick. I think he's just accidentally hitting it into our lineman. And being an old lineman, I can tell you, you're not used to handling the ball a lot. Ripley to the line, quarterback under center, wide outs to each side. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it to big old Pitts, going off the left side, runs over the first man, runs over the second man, and gets the first down, picks up 11 on the first down run. And that is a Farm Bureau insurance. Ripley Tiger first down as they cross the 50 and get down to the 47-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. South Gibson 7 and Craigmont 6. Ripley to the line. They'll hand the ball to Big O, going right off the left side, and he falls forward for about a yard maybe. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Looking for some more scores. I don't see any more reported other than McKenzie is over Wayne County 21-0 in the second. Dresden over Eagleville 14-0 in the first. Ripley to the line, wide out to the left, man in motion. And they hand the ball off, going off the left side, handing it to Pitts, and he fights forward and stays on his feet across the 45 down to the 44. So that's going to be about a 4-yard pickup, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Tigers, maybe 7. Again, you can't see both ends of the sticks over there, so it's hard to gauge the distance between them, but that would be my guess. The scoreboard says 3rd and 6. I'll go with that. That sounds better. Wide outs to either side. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands it off to Barbie, trying to get outside. He's wrapped up in the backfield as they just came pouring through on the right side of our offensive line. I'm not sure if they were just overloaded or we just didn't get the blocks, but at any rate, we lose yardage, and it's going to bring up 4th down. I'm not sure why they're moving the sticks on the other side. It's 4th down, and they're moving the sticks, and there's no reason to do that. And I guess somebody told them to take it back where it was. Hopefully they didn't move the other end. But there was I guess Ripley called a timeout. We'll see if it looks like by the sticks it's going to be 4th down and right at 10, maybe 10 and a half. Not sure if Ripley's going to punt or they're going to fake a punt or just go for it. But we will know in just a few minutes as at Kirby Stadium, Sheffield on top of Ripley 8-0 with 5:36 to go until halftime. When play resumes, it'll be 4th and 9 for Ripley at their own 47. And 9's what the scoreboard says. It's looks like 10 from here, but whatever. We just got to get it. Doesn't make a difference if it's 5 or it's 15.
They moving and sticking all depending on.
They do. They keep moving the sticks, and it's hard to tell exactly where they are.
And I'm just going by where they put the ball at.
So Ripley to the line. They are in punt formation. Here's a snap, a good snap. Not handled cleanly, but Hearn picks it up, does a good job of getting it away, and gets a good high, long punt. And Ripley should be able to down this ball, and they do. It comes back with a Sheffield roll. It hit around the 5, but bounces back to around the, looks like it's going to be at the 12-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Sheffield at their own 12 with 5:23 to go until halftime. They'll have the ball in the lead 8-0. Chester County 3, Marshall County 7. Fayetteville 48-0 over South Fulton. That's getting a little further away from us. Okay, Ripley goes back on defense. 22-6 now, Dyersburg over Raleigh, Egypt. Wide out, 3 to the right. The quarterback's just going to run to his right. He's got a lot of blockers in front of him. He does a good job of actually just picking through our defense as he gets across the 25. More than enough for a first down and out to the 29-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Sheffield with 5:14 to go, first quarter. And I think there's an injured player for Sheffield. He's actually on the sideline, but the referee's called an official timeout for an injury. It looks like the ball now is just the nose of it, shading the 40 or 30-yard line. So that's where we'll take over. Or that's where Sheffield will continue this drive with 5:14 to go, leading 8-0 over the Tigers. Haywood 27-0 over Kirby. Henry County 28, Dyer County 0. Still looking at the injured player for Sheffield. And so they're still under a timeout.
You think they're going to have 12 minutes?
No, 11.
11?
It looks like they're about ready to play ball. They may be concerned that even though the player is off of the playing area, he is pretty close to where the line of scrimmage is. So sure, they don't want to run a play where they might run to that side, and he couldn't get out of the way if they came out of bounds. So falling on the side of safety here. Still no score. If anybody knows anyone at the Halls game, shoot me a score. South Gibson 14, Craigmont 6. That's a second quarter score. South Wind 7, Portland 0. First quarter score. Fayette Academy 0, DCA 14. Grace Christian, Knoxville 10, Franklin Road Academy 14. Some of the private school scores. Clarksville is taking on Munford tonight. Millington is taking on Memphis East. All right, Sheffield comes back to the line. They'll have 3 wide to the left. In shotgun formation as clock winds at 4:54. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it to his running back. and he is hit just about the line of scrimmage. They say he's at the 30, and they may give him a little forward progress out to the 31. Should bring up second down and 9. Union City is taking on Freedom Prep tonight. Westview taking on KIP Academy. Milan and Ridgeway, Lake County and Middle College. Sheffield has 2 wide to either side. Quarterback takes a snap, drops straight back, wanting to throw, looking, throwing long downfield over the middle of the field, and almost picked off by the Ripley Tigers, but it falls incomplete. That was May J. Barbie in for the breakup, and he really was in a good position to be able to pick the ball off. It just hits the ground, but there's also a holding call against Sheffield, so they will back up 10 yards and replay the down if Ripley decides to take it, and it appears they will. 3:53 to go in the second. Sheffield 8, Ripley 0. So scoreboard says it'll be 3rd and 19. The ball back at the 21-yard line. 3:53 on the clock. Sheffield 8, Ripley 0. 2 wide left, 2 wide right for Sheffield. And the referee comes in to stop play. And he is trying to get the down marker correct. And they changed it to second, which it should be. They replay the down. 2 wide to either side. The quarterback is going to pull it out, and he throws out just a little stop and curl pattern. He's complete and stops short of the first down, where it will bring up 3rd and around 4. Got to give a shout out to my mom, Joyce Dunaway. She always listens to us on Friday night, and obviously I wouldn't be here without her. It will be 3rd and 4 for Sheffield, ball at their own 36-yard line. 3:20 to go in the half. Again, no play clock, so it really does seem like it takes them a long time to get their play called, but no flag, so I guess not too long. 2 wide right. Quarterback rolls to his right, just going to run. He was a quarterback keeper, and he got the first down as he gets across the 40 and coming down the near sideline. He breaks a couple of tackles as he crosses the 40, and he's going to be down at the 37-yard line, so it's a first down with 2:47 to go until halftime. Sheffield on the move. (28-0) Henry County over Dyer County. That's the second quarter score. It's now 30-6. Dyersburg over Raleigh, Egypt. No score on the Covington-Hamilton game. So Ripley takes a timeout. With their timeout, we'll take a 30-second timeout. Step aside. We'll be right back. 2:28 left to go in this first half. First round of the TSSAA playoffs. Ripley, representative from District 7, and Sheffield from District 8, playing here at Kirby Stadium. And the score, Sheffield 8, Ripley 0. Huntington over Mitchell, 28-0 in the second quarter. 2 wide left for Sheffield, 1 to the right. Quarterback hands the ball. No, he pulls it back out, and he was hit as he was throwing the ball. And I guess it was, thought maybe we had a chance to get on the ball, but evidently his arm was in forward motion, so it falls incomplete. I know the down marker on the far side says first, now it says second. And I believe,
37, man, right there.
okay, so it is going to be second and about 10. That's the best I can tell from here, not being able to see the one end of the chains. Second and 10. Ball on the Tiger 37. Sheffield with the ball. It's in 3 wide to the left. Quarterback's going to run it himself. He starts and goes right up the gut. And we miss a couple of tackles, and he's on his way to the end zone, but he's going to be brought out of bounds at the 12-yard line by Marjay Barbie. And that quarterback is extremely elusive. He's not only fast, but he's quick. So with 2:15 to go, Sheffield in the red zone at the 12-yard line, where it'll be first and 10. Good job by Barbie, not giving up on the play. The quarterback's going to hand it to his running back. He starts outside, breaks it back inside, gets inside the 10, down to around the 6 or 7. They can make a first down without scoring a touchdown if they get down to around the 3-yard line, as we go under 2 minutes.
Yeah, camera here.
Sheffield 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback hands it off to the running back, trying to get outside, and he gets down to about the 5, where he's pushed out of bounds by number 15 for the Tigers. 15 is Joseph Holcomb. He's a senior. So it'll be third and about 3 for Sheffield with 1:38.
Yeah, fine.
Clock stops at the end of that play.
Running back can't scream. Short game on the line. So 3rd down.
2 wide left, 1 to the right for Sheffield. Quarterback hands the ball. No, he pulls it back out, keeps himself, goes off the left side, and is going to dance into the end zone for a Sheffield touchdown to make the score now 15-0. And is there a flag on the play? It is a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. They're holding, so that'll back them up 10 yards and negate that touchdown. So that backs them up to the, like the ball's around the 14-yard line. It'll be around 3rd and I'm going to guess 13 or 14. Again, if you can see the far side, you can see where you can see the ball marker, the first down marker, the chain. You can see the right side of it, but you can't see the left. So I think that the down marker is back behind the stick, so it looks like it's around 3rd and 13. 1:38 on the clock. Sheffield sends 2 wide left, 2 wide to the right. And Sheffield calls a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them and be back right after this. 1:38 to go in the first half. Sheffield on top 8-0. Go give a shout out to my people up here in the press box with me that are here at Kirby all the time, and very nice, helpful folks, and appreciate them and their hospitality here. All right, we're just about ready for this last 1 minute and 38 seconds to go. Sheffield with the ball at the 14-yard line. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Quarterback is going to pull it out, and he's going to throw into the corner, and he goes up for a touchdown. I mean, the ball was thrown about 8, or probably about 10 feet in the air, and he goes up like he is a basketball player and just snatches it out of the air. You can't. The only way, in my opinion, to defend a pass like that is you got to get to the quarterback, not let him throw that kind of pass, because defensively, as a defensive back, which I never played, it would be hard to defend. So the score now 14-0 as Sheffield, the Knights, get ready and are lined up to attempt a point after, but their quarterback is the holder, so I wouldn't necessarily put all my eggs in that basket. Here's a snap. He does get down. The hold is up, and it is good. So the score 15-0 with 1:28 seconds left to go in this first half. Ripley will get the ball back and have that much time left to try to do something with it before halftime, as Sheffield will get the ball. The Knights will get the ball to start the second half. Again, I want to run over the people in the community that help support the Ripley Tigers in feeding the team this week. And again, appreciate everything that they do, and the kids and the coaches really appreciate it, and I think it's well deserved. Emma Simpson with Unique Properties, Norman Hendren Construction, Dr. Hunt, Steve Vickery with Tiger TV, Jody Edwards, Circuit Court Clerk, Craig Fitzhugh, Bank of Ripley and City Mayor, Garrison Taylor, Chief Deputy, Brian Kelly, Lauderdale County Sheriff, Roger Mills, Mills Food Plaza, Natalie Massengill, Landers Auto North, WTRB Radio, Maurice Gaines, County Mayor, Randy Danley with the Ripley Park and Rec, and Sean Kimball, Superintendent of Lauderdale County Schools. A big thank you to all those people that helped make that possible. We are lined up for the kickoff now. We need to be careful tonight. We do. We've got our hands guys up front now. So we've dodged a bullet twice, and or at least once. And so we've got some more skilled guys up front. And now he kicks it deep, which is what I would probably do. And it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. And he runs past the first one, but doesn't get past the second one, doesn't quite make it out to the 20. Looks like it's going to be around the 19-yard line, where Ripley will have 1:28 seconds to go, or check that, 1:23 seconds to go until halftime to see if they can knock that goose egg off. The nose of the ball just shy of the 20-yard line.
It's supposed to be 19, but he put over 20. So that would make it change.
Two wide left, two wide right, one to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap. He drops straight back, looking to throw. He's under pressure, and they're going to bury him back at around the 12-yard line. You know, we've got, of course, we've got an extremely young team. You know, as everybody knows, with our skill guys, but we've got a lot of young guys up front too, so we've got some growing pains, and we are, sometimes they show up, but hopefully we'll get it all together, make some adjustments at halftime, and come back and have something for them in the second half. We're at 50 seconds to go. Quarterback under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Big O, going off the left side. He's across the 20 and across the 25 and brought down just shy of the 30, about the 29-yard line, 36 seconds to go. And I guess he is about a yard short, it looks like. And it's going to be third and a yard, 20 seconds. And they pull him off sides, so that will give Ripley a first down, but they'll only have 17 seconds to work with, as they'll move it from the 19 out to the 24. Still 17 seconds on the clock. Hunter wide left, Hearn wide right. Smith under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Barbie, going off the right side. He's in the second level. He's got the first down, still on his feet. So he crosses the 50 and down to the 44-yard line, and that's going to be the last play of the first half. Ripley ended up on a good note, but wasn't able to get into the end zone, and that wasn't sure if they were going to have another couple of seconds. Looks like we will. Going to have a couple of seconds, or not sure how much time, but a little time left on the play clock. Maybe get one more play off. I suppose that's what's going on right now. The ball is spotted at the 47-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Ripley. And I suppose Ripley called a timeout. Ripley trails 15-0 in this first round of the TSSAA playoffs.
What's the time? 15? Start putting that up there.
Yeah, 15.
The clock says 5 minutes, but I'm not sure. I know that's not right.
Keep going. I guess he's gonna count them down there.
Okay, it's going to be taken on the field. Ripley has probably one play left. Wide outs to either side. Low snap. Smith takes it. And he's looking to throw, and he is under pressure. Now he's looking downfield, He's going to throw all the way downfield, and it is incomplete at the 15-yard line. So that will be the last play of the first half. At the end of 2 quarters of play here at Kirby Stadium, the Ripley Tigers are taking on the Sheffield Knights. The score is 15-0. Stay tuned, and we'll bring the second half in just a few minutes.
It look like, did we win? What happened? The other team never showed?
Getting ready for the second half kickoff
They get the
here
one.
at Kirby Stadium here in Memphis at halftime. First round of the TSSAA playoffs. Ripley trails Sheffield by the score of 15-0.
Yeah, shit, still. But man,
Some
they
scores
y'all
from
got
around
one
West
before
Tennessee
y'all left?
include Dresden 28-0 over Eagleville. Halftime. Hardin County 7, Creekwood 0. McKenzie 35-0 over Wayne County. Dyersburg 51, Raleigh Egypt 6. That's a halftime score. Haywood 48-0 in the second quarter over Kirby.
Well, all right, then. At least they got
Huntington
it.
28-0 over Mitchell in the second quarter. 35-0 Peabody over Bluff City.
Okay.
Germantown 14-7 second quarter over Ravenwood. I've asked for an update on the Hall score. Hadn't gotten it yet. South Gibson over Craigmont 21-6. Union City over Freedom Prep 34-6 halftime score. Mumford 22-12 over Clarksville Northeast. And that's the rundown of the scores we've got so far.
He thinking I don't want to run you.
We're getting close to kickoff.
Man, turn that clock on. Is the thing working? Ask him, is this thing working?
Looks like Sheffield was out ready to take the field. I don't think the referees were quite ready yet.
That thing must not be.
Just put 12 up there.
You told me put that 3 up there.
Final in
They already don't want it.
East Tennessee, Alcoa over Johnson City 42-0.
That thing must not be working. You must
Everybody
got
remembers Alcoa. They're usually the dominant team in the 3A race.
You need to tell that man with that clock come to that fence.
If it ain't working, you just gonna have to come up with it.
He gonna come with. It was working. But you know what? It might not be always charged up coming like
Tyner Academy 41, Trousdale County 14. That's a fourth quarter score.
Yep, so it might not be.
Chester County trailing Marshall County 21-10 at halftime. Pearl Con over Jackson Southside at halftime 31-0.
He did come.
Gallatin 0, Cane Ridge 20.
That clock blinking and shit.
Again, Dresden 28-0 over Eagleville. Fairview 21-0 over Maplewood. No score on the Lexington Greenbrier game. McKenzie 35-0 over Wayne County at halftime. And Huntington 50-6 over Mitchell. I think maybe I've already given you that one. So we are just getting ready to start the second half. Sheffield Knights will be kicking off to the Ripley Tigers. guess we're waiting for the clock to count down to 0. It's at 1:15. That'll give me just a little bit more time to run down the Ripley cheerleaders again. The captains are Kaylin Green and Lee Hutchins. The rest of the squad as follows: Kaylee McNeil, Selena Conrad, Meg Coker, Kaylee Etheridge, Marley Heath, Reese White, Aisha Body, Rhett White, Lanny Woodard, Linda Burham, Cheyenne Fitzhugh, Julia Manley, and Kaylee Pittman. Again, the coaches Ginger Hearn and Bailey Ream. All right, we're down inside 20 seconds now, so we should be just about ready for both teams to take the field as we get ready for the second half kickoff. Again, Ripley trails 15-0 against the Sheffield Knights in the first round of the TSSAA playoff, played here at Kirby Stadium off Kirby Parkway here in the East Memphis area. Ripley gets ready to kick off. Clock is set. We'll be kicking from the far hash mark. Hendricks to kick off for the Tigers. One man back deep for the Knights is their quarterback, number 0, the shifty speedster. And here we go. And here's the kick. It's a end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken. Oh, it goes past. And Ripley has a chance to get the ball. They go out of bounds with it. And they say the ball just stays in Sheffield's position, or possession. But I think that was Hunter that ran down. He actually grabbed the ball and went out of bounds with it. They must have said he didn't have possession, because Sheffield will maintain position, or maintain the ball again, possession. They'll have the ball at the 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sheffield Knights.
You don't ever start that clock unless it ain't working.
And the referees are having a little discussion over here. Maybe they're trying to determine the possession, because there's a flag on the right on the 20-yard line on the near side. Shouldn't be for going out of bounds, because we touched it before it went out of bounds. But they're talking to the Sheffield coach like maybe it's a Ripley penalty, or maybe he's just trying to explain everything to him. I wish I could hear what he's explaining. Illegal procedure, Ripley. And so it is 1st down, and the ball will be at the 35-yard line. Not sure what procedure was. Touching the ball before it went out of bounds, I didn't know it was a penalty. Maybe it was something else that I didn't see, but the flag definitely hit right there. Still waiting for the first play of the second quarter, or the second half. Sheffield has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35. They'll have 1 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right, now 3 wide to the right. 1 from the left switches sides. Also a wing to the right. Quarterback hands it to number 1, trying to get outside. He's trying to get the edge. A flag comes out as we stop him behind the line of scrimmage for about a yard loss, but a flag comes out. It should be in the holding area.
That's that clock messing up. It can't be.
They'll notice it, and if it don't work, then
Let's see what the call is.
Huh?
I said,
And it is going to be against Sheffield. And it's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And it was a hold. So that backs them up to the 25-yard line,
Was it 5?
where it should be 1st and 20. Again, no time has gone off of the clock. I'm not sure if it's not working, keeping this time on the field or what.
All this switch and everything was on.
Yeah.
So it probably
At any rate, it's 1st and 20 for Sheffield. And still some confusion on the field. As
Ref to do the clock from up here. He waiting on the clock ref to get up
Oh,
here.
okay. Well, yeah, it's a clock. Official timeout as they're waiting for the clock referee, I guess, to get the clock set at the appropriate time. And we have a referee coming up here.
it must not be charged up.
I don't have it at all.
So he's going to be keeping the clock from up top, it looks like. So he'll be in here with us.
We're ready.
The ball is at the 25.
Thank
I wasn't getting up to you.
1st and 20. And they say roll the clock. And they stop it at 11:53. And play will resume. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left.
This thing went
Run the clock, he says. Quarterback takes a low snap and keeps it himself, going up the middle, still on his feet, dancing around, not gaining a lot of yards, but he pushes forward to around the 29-yard line. So it's going to be about a 4-yard pickup.
Hey, you grab this chair over here.
So it should be 2nd and 21. Ball spotted at the 29.
We're second and
Should be 2nd and 21.
Second and 16. Second and 16.
11 minutes to go. Just the beginning of the first offensive series of the 2nd quarter. Sheffield got the kickoff. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Quarterback hands the ball to his running back. Going off left side, he breaks into linebacker level and crosses the 35 out to the 37-yard line. He gets back inside the sticks, but it'll make it 3rd and around 8. Tigers definitely need a stop here, get the ball back in decent field position. It's time to get some points up. As number 0 trots back onto the field for Sheffield. He's the quarterback. He's one of the shifty ones. They'll break the huddle. They'll send 2 wide to the left, 1, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for the quarterback. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap, drops straight back. Flag comes out as the play starts. He's going to run it himself to the right, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 41-yard line, but that flag came out before about the time the play started, so it may be offsides or illegal procedure against Sheffield. And it will be marked off against Sheffield. Illegal procedure against Sheffield, so that'll go back to the original line of scrimmage and then should be marked off from there. So that was a pre-snap penalty. So it will be 3rd down and 13 or maybe 12. 9:53 on the game clock, 3rd quarter. Sheffield over Ripley, 15-0. Still the first offensive series of the 2nd half. 2 wide to either side. Empty backfield, quarterback wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, he's going to run to his left. He's got a lot of room and trot down from behind. Great open field tackle made by number 5, Taylor Carney, the All-State linebacker, that will make it 4th down situation. As they are back outside of the sticks, they get him back at around, looks like it's going to be at the 26-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 19. 9:20 on the third quarter game clock. And they are lined up to punt the ball away. One man back deep for the Tigers. That's Terrence Hunter. Here's a snap. It's a good snap. We come after it. He gets it away. Gets a good one away. Backs us up to about the 31. And he breaks a couple of tackles. Gets across the 35. Gets across the 40, 45, 50, 40, 30. He's got one man to beat, and he's going all the way. That's Terrence Hunter, as he's going to score a Ripley Tiger touchdown. That's a Bank, Tennessee touchdown. I'm looking, don't see any flags on the carpet, so the score now 15-6, as Ripley takes the punt back about 78 yards for a touchdown with Terrence Hunter. Everybody knows he's dangerous.
Like he threw a flag and he went back and picked it up.
Good. Bring it all the way back.
One of the folks in here said there was actually a flag on the play, but he went back and picked it up, so that's good. 8:46, Ripley trailing 15-6 as they're lined up for their point after. Here's a snap, the hold, the kick up, and it looks good from here. And it is good, so with 8:46 to go in the third, Ripley narrows the gap. The score is 15-7 as Ripley Tigers get ready to kick the ball away after scoring a touchdown without an offensive play in the second half. So Ripley's kick team will go out onto the field. That was Hendricks on the point after. I don't think Ripley's the guest score side is working, so I'll try to keep up with that. I hope it's hard to keep up with, but the score now is 15-7. One man back deep for Sheffield. He stands about his 15, 16-yard line. We'll check that, about a 17-yard line. Hendricks to kick off from his own 40 on the far sideline. Great job defensively by the Tigers to force them into a punting situation, and a great job by the punt return team with the blocks, and then the great run by Terrence Hunter. Here's the kick. It comes to the near side and hits the ground, and Ripley has got it. Ripley got on it. They actually dove for it, didn't come up with it, and Ripley dove for it and did come up with it, and that was number 20 for the Ripley Tigers, none other than Mr. Johnny on the spot. That's Kobe Mainers. And so Ripley will have the ball back at the 35-yard line of Sheffield, so it'll be 1st and 10 Ripley from the 35-yard line of Sheffield. 8:46 to go, third quarter. The score, Sheffield 14, Ripley 7. Ripley will have one wide out to the right, one to the left. And they're going to hand it to Marjay Barbie, who breaks in the secondary, gets outside, he's got some room. He's got more than the first down. He breaks it back inside and goes into the end zone for a Ripley Tiger touchdown. They'll make the score now 13-15 with 8:36. Ripley has ran one offensive play and scored 2 touchdowns here in this third quarter. we get ready for the extra point attempt. And Ripley's going to go for two.
You gonna kick it or try it? Go with the two.
Ripley's going for two as they send two wide, one to each side.
I would have kicked it.
And they toss the ball to Big Pitts, and he goes in off the left side. I believe, I haven't seen an indication. No, they say it's no good. So the score remains 13 to 15.
I would kick it.
So Ripley will be kicking off again. He looked like he was close from here, but evidently he didn't cross the plane. So the score stays 13 to 15 in favor of Sheffield with 8:36 to go in the third quarter.
They'll get them once some candy over there. And Ripley, he started running all through there.
Still no Covington-Hamilton score. Dyersburg 51-6 at halftime over Raleigh, Egypt. Haywood 48-0 at halftime over Kirby. Henry County 42-0 at halftime over Dyer County. Huntington 50, Mitchell 6 halftime. Lake County over Middle College in the second quarter, 30-0.
So I know it didn't charge.
Peabody over Bluff City, 35-0 in the second quarter. Germantown over Ravenwood in the second, 14-7. Still don't have a Hall score. South Gibson 21 over Craigmont at halftime. Union City 34, Freedom Prep 6. That's a halftime score.
Y'all mind doing the last call for concessions? Gotcha. Appreciate you.
Montford 22, Clarksville 12. Second quarter. So we're ready for the kickoff, and here's the kick. And it didn't go 10 yards. Ripley tried an onside kick, just a little quick kick, and where everybody was bunched up and just turned around and kicked it, but I think we were offsides, and it didn't go 10 yards, so Ripley will back up and kick the ball again from the 35. Hey, I like the call. I like the gutsiness of the coach, you know, try something like that. We've got a couple of big breaks, and, you know, the old saying, you make your own breaks a lot of times, so Ripley will back up 5 yards and kick it again. One thing about our coaches, they're not afraid to fake a punt or an extra point or a field goal or even a kickoff. And this time they do break apart, and they'll be doing a traditional kick, although the kicker only stands about 2 yards, or actually about a yard behind the ball, soccer-style kicker, so he'll take 2 or 3 steps to kick it. Hendricks to kick. And it's a pretty long end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 35. He reverses field, goes to the other side, now cuts back across the middle and gets right out to the 40-yard line, where they will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 40. One of the Ripley Tigers slow to get up, but he's going to, I believe, be able to get up. Yes, he does under his own power. That was Marjay Barbie. No, check that. That was Austin Thompson III. So the ball's at the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Sheffield with 8:31 to go in the third quarter. Ripley trails by 2. Ripley seems like a different team so far in the second half. Two wide to the left, one to the right. High snap, quarterback's going to take it and run it himself. He goes off left tackle. He's into the secondary. He's got one man that he's got to beat, and that's Terrence Hunter. And as fast as Terrence is, he runs him down, but not until he gets down inside the 15-yard line to about the 12. And again, that guy's elusive. If you let him get some green grass in front of him, he's hard to stop. So they pick up a huge first down and move the ball inside the red zone to the 12-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights with 8:05 to go third quarter. Two wide left, one to the right. Quarterback is going to hand it to his running back, starts outside, breaks it back inside. The flag comes out as he is brought down close to the line of scrimmage, but that flag came out in an area where you would anticipate seeing a holding call. Chop block below the knees, and that will be against Sheffield. That'll bring it back.
10-yard penalty.
Yeah.
15. Yeah, that's 15.
You said 15?
Yeah.
So the ball was on the 12. It's a 15-yard penalty, so it will bring them all the way back
To the 25.
to the 25-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 25. They can't be 2nd and 25. It's 2nd and 24. So check that. 2nd and 21. The ball is on the 25, and they can make a first down at around the 3-yard line. Ripley has 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right, or 2 to the right. Oh, check that. We're on defense. My bad. And the quarterback keeps it himself and goes off the right side and is brought down after a short gain. He picks up around 4s. He gets down to the 21-yard line. There was some commotion going on upstairs, and I looked at my phone all about the same time, and then we went back to live action, and I lost my place. But Sheffield does have the ball. It'll be 3rd down and about 17 for the first. 6:50 to go. 3rd quarter. Ripley trails 13-15. 2 wide left for Sheffield, 1 to the right. Quarterback reads it. Now he pulls it out. He throws a little swing pass that is complete, and he gets down to about the 14-yard line, where he'll bring up 3rd down and around 9. 6:25 to go, 3rd quarter.
That's 3rd down.
3rd down. And just about 9 for Sheffield as they look to the sideline for the call. Check that there. Their quarterback goes to the sideline to get the call and trots back onto the field at number 0. He's a fantastic player. You may see him on Saturday one day, because he definitely can light it up. He's not a big guy, but he's tall and he's thin and he's extremely fast. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Sheffield to the line. Quarterback keeps it himself and goes off the left side, and he's down inside the 10, short of the first down, but a nice pickup as he's going to be down at about the 7-yard line. And I think he has to get to around the 3. Maybe he is at the 8-yard line. I'll check that. He's at the 7, and he has to go to about the 3. So it's 4 yards. 4 yards for a first down. 5:10 to go, 3rd quarter. The Knights will send 1 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback in shotgun. Takes a snap, and he's a read, and he's throwing a pass. Great defensive play there by the Ripley Tigers as he led him into the end zone. And it was a well-thrown pass, but we had a defender. I'm not sure if it was Austin Thompson or he leaves the field hopping. But whoever was on the defender on that play made an outstanding play. And that was 4th down. Again, the down marker on the side. This doesn't always match up with what we're trying to keep up with. So Ripley gets the ball over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll have the ball at their own 7-yard line. 1 wide to each side. And there's going to be a timeout called, and it is by Sheffield. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after the 3rd quarter. Ripley trails Sheffield in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs by the score of 13-15. Ripley has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line. Still no score on the Halls Booker T. Washington game yet. Halls ended up 6-4, and Booker T. Washington was 4-4. Ripley have wideouts to either side. Quarterback Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands it to Marjay Barbie. Going off the left side, he gets into the linebacker level, bounces off one, and pushes and drives another one as he picks up a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger 1st down out across the 20 to about the 21-yard line, maybe the 20. We'll see where they spot the ball. It is about the 21, across the 20.
Yeah, 21.
Barbie.
1st and 10 for Ripley as they come to the line. Wide outs to either side. Smith under center. Split backfield is Barbie and Pitts. And they hand the ball to Barbie in a great big hole. Pitts had it, and I think there's a flag that came out. It's probably going to be a hold, but Barbie stays on his feet and picks up about 15 yards, but I'm afraid it's going to come back. And that appears to be the case. It was a huge hold on this side, and it is going to be a hold against Ripley. Not sure who it was against. That's going to back us up 10. So that will negate that great run, and it was a big hole there by the Ripley Tiger right side of the offensive line, and Pitts hit it and made a great run, ran hard, and but unfortunately the ball will come back due to a 10-yard penalty, and it'll make it 1st down and 20. Ball right on the 10-yard line. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith takes a snap. He hands it off to Barbie. He's trying to get out loose. He's in a crowd, and he just gets across the 10 to maybe about the 12-yard line. So pick up of 2. It'll make it 2nd and 18. Again, that play that was called back, got to give a shout out to that offensive line because they made a huge hole for him to run through. It's big enough I might have could have walked through it. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Smith takes a snap, and he is buried, and a flag comes in late as well. Not sure what that was about. It looked like he was going to hand it off, and just didn't do it. Personal foul, face mask against Sheffield. So Ripley will get 15 yards back. We lacked 18, so it should bring up 4th or 3rd and 3. Pitts checks back in. Mainers checks out. Well, they move the ball out to the 22-yard line. It's, I guess, 2nd and 10. This will be my best guess. 2 wide to either side. And they hand the ball to Pitts going off the left side. He's in the secondary. He's going down the middle of the field. He's across the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and he goes into the end zone for a Ripley Tiger touchdown.
Pitts. A touchdown. Ripley.
Bank, Tennessee, Tiger touchdown. So that puts the Tigers on top now by the score of 19-15. As we get ready to see if the Tigers are going to, looks like they're going to go for 2. Again, the score 15-19. Ripley over Sheffield with 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter, as Ripley is going to go for 2. Smith under center. Puts Terrence Hunter in motion. They hand the ball to him, trying to get outside, and he breaks it back inside, stays on his feet, but doesn't get to the end zone. And so the 2-point conversion is no score, or no good. So the score remains Sheffield 15, Ripley 19. The Ripley Tigers on top for the first time in the game. With 3:01 to go in the third, they will be kicking off to Sheffield. So the Tigers definitely need to play some defense here, and they played a different team in the third quarter than they were the first two. So great job, adjustments at halftime by the coaches and players, and hopefully the Tigers can keep it up. Still don't have a Hall score. I've actually texted a couple people, but haven't gotten an update on it. So Ripley gets ready to kick off again.
I'm so used to basketball mixing.
Huntington 50, Mitchell 6. I think I've told you that's halftime score. Hadn't got many updates since halftime. No Lexington Greenbrier score yet.
Oh, okay. They need to.
Southside trails Pearl Con 31 to nothing at halftime. Adamsville and Richland are knotted up in the second quarter, 14-all. Hardin County leads Creekwood 7 to nothing at the half. Here we go as we get ready for the kick. Hendricks to handle the kicking duties for the Tigers. And here's the kick. It's a long end-over-end kick, and it goes to number 0. So we've got to corral him up. He's the dangerous one. And a great tackle made by a couple of Tigers at about the 41-yard line. Number 59 in on the tackle, as well as 43. 59 for the Tigers. It's Taylor, it's Christopher Vanderplum. And that's all I can see is there's no light here in the press box. I'm having to use my phone, which most of the players I know by name, but a few of them I just draw a blank with from time to time. But when play resumes, it'll be 2:54 to go in the third. Ripley on top, 19 to 15. And Sheffield will have the ball, 1st and 10. I just did get an update from Halls. Let me see what the score is. Got a text. Halls trails 24 to 6. Come on, Tigers. All Tigers. All Ripley and all Lauderdale County Tigers anyway. 3 wide left for Sheffield. And there's some discussion going on. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty against Sheffield, but I don't know what that's for.
I think delay a game.
Delay a game, okay. So that'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15 from their own 36. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback reads, he pulls it out. He's going to run it himself, and he dumps it off into the flat to a wide open receiver, and he's brought down about 3 yards shy of the first down, so he'll be down at his own 49, but it's going to bring up 2nd and short for Sheffield. We did a good job of forcing him out of the pocket, and he looked downfield, and we pretty much had him covered downfield, but they had a little relief valve that looked like he came out of the backfield, or maybe it was a crossing route, but he was into the flat, and he was able to pick him up and just dump it off over to him and pick up enough to make it 2nd down and 2 at their own 49-yard line for Sheffield. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback hands it to the running back. He is hit hard immediately right. He was close to the first down marker. May have been a hair short, and he may have gotten there, but the number 57 for the Tigers put a good lick on him to keep him from going any more forward. And number 57, that was one of the Simpson twins, the sophomores. That's Morgan Simpson. And they say it was enough for the first down, and I mean it was just barely enough. But that does move the stick, so it'll be 1st and 10 as they cross the 50 and are down to the Tiger 49-yard line. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. High snap, quarterback eats the running back up behind the line of scrimmage. Number 57 in on the tackle for the Tigers for about a 4-yard loss. So it'll make it 2nd and 14. That was about a 5-yard loss. It'll actually be 2nd and 15 as the ball is back at the 47-yard line of Sheffield. 1:20 to go. Third quarter, Ripley leads 19-13. Sheffield has 2 wide to the right. Now 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes the snap. Just going to quarterback sweep to the right. And he gets only a short gain. Doesn't get back to the 50. Gets to about the 49-yard line, where it'll bring up 3rd down and around 11. 45 seconds to go in this quarter. They'll have to snap the ball one more play in this quarter. Two wide right, 1 to the left. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw. Looking. Throws incomplete, but a flag comes out, and I'm afraid that's going to be a pass interference against the Tigers. The ball hit him in his hands, and it does fall to the ground, but the flag was there just in the same vicinity, so my guess is it's going to be a pass interference call against Ripley. Hope that's not the case, but we'll soon find out. Here comes the white hat. Well, the white hat hasn't made a signal yet. They're bringing the ball back, but I'm not sure if they're bringing it back to mark it off or exactly what the situation is. And now they mark it off against Ripley. That's what they do. They bring it back to the line of scrimmage. That'll be enough to get it to the 40, so they're going to be a yard short. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1. So 11 seconds to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 1 for Sheffield. Ball right on the 40-yard line.
They got enough money to go just fix it.
3 wide right, 1 to the left for Sheffield. Shotgun formation. Quarterback wants to run it himself. He goes to the right, getting outside, and he gets it. But there, I saw that. That was definitely a hold against Sheffield. They held number 57, pretty much tackled him as he was going for the quarterback. And now another flag comes out. That may be unsportsmanlike conduct against Sheffield. That should back them way back up, if I'm correct. 2 flags on the field. One should have been for unsportsmanlike conduct, and the other one for holding is one of the Simpson boys, number 57, was basically tackled. It's Morgan Simpson. Now I see the 3rd flag on the field. There's one at the 41 and one at the 47 and one at the 44. A lot of laundry on the field.
They're trying to figure it out.
2 seconds on the third quarter game clock. Everybody picks up their laundry. Holden, Sheffield.
Holden, Sheffield.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, Sheffield.
Sportsmanlike conduct, Sheffield.
And those may be consecutive, as they were. One was during the play, and one was when the play was dead. So yeah, that is going to be a 25-yard penalty. So it's going to back Sheffield up inside their own 30 to their own 28-yard line.
Get a 33, 32.
Got to give a shout out to Craig Fitzhugh and his son Tom, as they're always huge Ripley Tiger supporters. They're education supporters. But they are listening to us tonight as they are on the way to Athens to watch the Tennessee Vols defeat the Georgia Bulldogs tomorrow in Athens as the Tennessee Volunteers, ranked number 1 in the nation, take on the number 3 ranked Bulldogs. And ought to be a great game. I wish I could be there. I'm going to try to live vicariously through the Fitzhughes tomorrow. But appreciate them listening in. And that's the end of the third. So at the end of 3, the score is Ripley 19, Sheffield 15. We'll take a 30-second timeout and bring you the fourth quarter right after this. We are just about to start the fourth and final quarter here at Kirby Stadium in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs as the Ripley Tigers travel to take on the Sheffield Knights. Ripley on top of Sheffield at this point by the score of 15-19. The situation is Sheffield has the ball. It'll be 3rd and 30 from their own. Well, they have the ball on their 29-yard line. And maybe further than that, let's see. About 33 yards, 32 or 3 yards for a first down, and it's 3rd down. This will be the first play of the fourth quarter. Sheffield will have 2 wide to either side. Here's a snap. The quarterback reads it. Now he's going to pull it out. He can throw it or pass it. He's looking. He's under pressure. He's still under pressure, and he throws it, and it falls incomplete just across the 40-yard line. It would have been way short of the first down, but it would have gotten him a little closer to the sticks. So it'll bring up 4th and long now. It'll be 4th, and when they spot the ball, I'll give you the distance. That was incomplete, so let's see. 32 yards to go. 4th and 32. Just got to play deep here, keep everything in front of you. And they are going to punt. Or at least that's what they're lined up to do. Here's the snap. And he gets it away. He got a good pressure there by Deloach. The ball's going to hit and take a great Ripley bounce back as it hit at about the 43 and bounced back to the 50. So Ripley will have the ball at the 50-yard line with 11:40 to go in the game and up by 2. Ripley comes to the line with wide outs to either side. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it to Big O. Going off the left side. Nice hole as he gets down across the 45 to about the 41-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Tigers. Ripley to the line, wide outs to either side. Smith takes a snap. He hands it off to Barbie as he goes across the 30 and across the 25 and down to about the 24-yard line for a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Ripley on the move. Again, Ripley seems like a different team this second half. Ripley to the line, wide outs to either side. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands it off to Big O, trying to get outside. He's wrapped up just about the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. It's only 7 minutes left in the Halls game. They are trailing 24-7. And looks like Pitts may be injured on the play. Ripley does have an injured player. And based on the size, it looks like it's Pitts. Hope it's nothing serious, 'cause we definitely need that big hoss, because he's a hoss. But it's going to look like they're going to work with him for a minute. So we'll take, let's see if we've got time to take a timeout. He may be about to get up. Can't tell. Looks like they're looking at his right leg. And he plays both ways, and he's just in the last couple of weeks has really came on as he started playing defense, I guess last week, and played defensive end and did a great job at defensive end. And of course everybody knows what a good runner he is, so we definitely don't want to lose him. But it appears we're going to be a minute or so, so we'll take at least a 30, well, wait a minute, there, get him to his feet, and he's going to walk off under his own power. Looks a little gimpy maybe, but yeah, he's about 5'11", about 250, and he's a load, but he gets off under his own power. It'll bring up second down. With the ball on the 25, and looks like they've got to get to the 15, so that would make it 2nd and 10. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Winger H-back to the left. That's Carney. A low snap, but they hand it to Barbie. He breaks through to the linebacker level and breaks loose and is going down the far sideline for a Tiger touchdown. With 10:15 to go in the 4th quarter, Ripley opens the score up to make the score now 25-15. So Ripley will get ready for their point after. It's 10:15 to go in the ball game, and Ripley up 25-15. Hendricks to attempt the PAT, earn the holder. There's the snap, the kick, hold, the kick up, and it's good. So with 10:15 to go in the ball game, Ripley now on top, 26-15. As we get ready for the Ripley Tiger kickoff, we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. 10:15 to go in the ball game. Ripley up 15-26 as they get ready to kick off. Got a lot of games going final in the eastern part of the state. We'll try to find some West Tennessee scores. Dresden 45-14 over Eagleville. That's a final. Hardin County defeated Creekwood 14-7. That's the final. Lexington in the 4th quarter 40-6 over Greenbrier. Covington defeats Hamilton 42-6. That's final. Dyersburg 48, Riley Egypt 6, and that's in the 4th quarter. The final, Haywood 67, Kirby 0. Dyer County 14, Henry County 49, that's the final. Final, Huntington 50, Mitchell 12. And we get ready for the Ripley Tiger kickoff. And a little trickery there, but they handle it cleanly as they get the ball at the 40 and advance it to about the 46-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10. I thought it was 46. They're going to say it's about the 47. Either way, it will be 1st and 10 with 10:10 to go in the ball game. It will be 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line for the Sheffield Knights. Peabody defeats Bluff City 35-0. Germantown over Ravenwood 20-13 in the 4th. South Gibson over Craigmont 28-18 in the 4th. Union City 48-12 over Freedom Prep, and that's the final. 2 wide left for Sheffield and 2 wide to the right. And not sure what's going on. Looks like there's some confusion. I think they called a penalty. I'm not sure.
downfield.
Yep, I think that's what it was. I think we had too many men on the field. So instead of 1st and 5, or 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 5. Don't need to make those kind of mistakes, especially this late in the game with a lead. O'Brien County 35-24 over Melrose in the 4th. 2 wide to either side. Quarterback takes a snap and he's hit in the backfield and brought down by number 57. And that was not unnecessary roughness. I know that's what they're going to call, as we brought him down behind the line of scrimmage, and he rolled over with him, but I don't think it was unnecessary roughness. I mean, it's football, but I'm afraid that's what the call is going to be. And if that's the case, that'll give them a 1st down. Let's see, and it looks like it's going to be marked off against Ripley. And number 57 for the Tigers, he was just happy and enthusiastic. They called it a personal foul against Ripley, and I'm sure that's going to go against number 57, the one that made the tackle, which is Morgan Simpson, a sophomore, and that'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10. I just thought that was a good tackle. I mean, it might have been a little extra there at the end, but not necessarily unsportsmanship. But that's not the call, and I'm not the referee, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Sheffield at the Tiger 38-yard line. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback is going to run it himself to the right. He's got a little room. He's trying to get outside, and he breaks it back inside, and he's going to be tackled close to the 1st down marker. And he's going to be short, it appears. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That clock keep clicking like that.
2 wide left, 1 to the right. You can just about bet the quarterback's going to keep it here. And no, he doesn't. He hands it off to number 1. He's hitting the backfield, but he bounces off and picks up the 1st down as he's ran out of bounds at about the 21 or 2 yard line. An injured player for Sheffield is going to be back about the 31. So that'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10, but again, Sheffield has an injured player down. With 9:11 on the clock, the score is Ripley 26 and Sheffield 15. And I can tell that young man, he looks like he's in a good bit of pain. Looks like he's holding his right leg up in the air. Well, let's see if he's going to get up not too quickly. So we'll step aside for 30 seconds and be back right after this. 9:11 left in this ball game. First round of the TSSAA playoffs. The Ripley Tigers travel to Kirby Stadium to take on the Sheffield Knights. Ripley leads by the score of 26-15 after Ripley got a penalty on the previous play for a personal foul. I'm assuming unnecessary roughness, but I just thought it was enthusiastic. I guess it depends on which side of the ball you're on. So it'll make it 1st and 10 for Sheffield. They'll have the ball at the Tiger 22-yard line. Sheffield will have 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback in shotgun, takes a snap, pulls the ball back out, starts one way and cuts back the other way, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone for a Sheffield touchdown with 9:06 to go in the ball game. And I mean, quarterback, he faked the ball off, started one way, and then just did a 360 and came back the other way. And of course, the pursuit had already moved the direction he originally started out with, so he is able to reverse field and catch the Tigers over pursuing and goes into the end zone for a touchdown now to make the score 21-26. And they line up for a 2-point conversion. 9:05 to go, and they are lined up for the two-point conversion. Their quarterback's just going to roll to his right, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And Ripley actually strips it out, and thought you could return it for a two-point conversion yourself. But maybe he was down, maybe that's college and not high school. At any rate, it is no good. So the score remains Ripley 26 and Sheffield 21 with 9:05 to go in the ball game. We'll get ready for Sheffield to kick the ball off to the Tigers. See if we have any updated scores. Number 47 was Dontavian Sawyer, a sophomore. As you notice, we just got tons of sophomores all over the field on both sides of the ball. 9 minutes exactly to go in the ball game. Ripley leads by 5. Hearn wide to the right, Hunter wide to the left. Barbie and Pitts in the backfield. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands it to Barbie, trying to get outside. He gets into the second level, makes a cut, and picks up about 9 yards as he gets to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Good quick run there by Marjay Barbie. He hit the hole, cut back, and made it into the secondary really quick. 8:35, clock moving. Hunter wide left, Hearn wide right. Smith takes a snap, a quarterback sneak. As he's got more than enough for that. He's still on his feet as he crosses the 30, or check that, the 40, and down to the 45-yard line. And I think he fumbled at the end of that carry. And he does. And I mean, that was his 2nd and 3rd and 4th effort. Man, you hate to see a fumble at this time, but you hate to see a kid who worked that hard fumble at the end of that play, because they were, I'm sure, stripping at the ball. And they get the turnover, but man, it was a heck of a run and a great effort by Smith, and just didn't end up exactly the way we wanted to. So it's 8:12 left in the ball game. The score is 21-26. Sheffield trails the Tigers, but Sheffield has the ball on a turnover at their own 45-yard line. And Ripley takes a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. 8:12 left in the game. Ripley turns the ball over on a fumble. It was a 2nd and 1. We ran a quarterback sneak, picked up the first down, and about 10 more on top of that, and fumbled at the end of the play by just a really great effort by our quarterback. But we do turn the ball over. Sheffield has the ball, 1st and 10, 2 wide to the right. Quarterback's just going to run to the right. And he runs into a host of Tigers at or behind, looks like maybe a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Taylor Carney was in on that. I think Simpson. And I'm not sure, but 2 or 3 other Tigers, I believe. Taylor Carney was in on that as well. It looks like 2nd and 11 from here. Two wide right, one to the left. On the near hash mark, quarterback wanted to hand the ball off or at least pull it out, and a flag comes out before the play gets started, and it's going to be illegal procedure against Sheffield, so that will back them up, and it'll be 2nd and 16. On the 39-yard line. $7:20 to go in the ball game. Ripley up by 5. Two wide right, one to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. He wants to throw it. He's looking like a man long downfield, and it's short and knocked away at the last minute by number 11. That was J.Q. Hurdle, and it was his helmet was ripped off. He was looking for a call, but didn't get it, that I can tell. But you would think it had to be a hand involved on the helmet for his helmet to come off, because it was just one-on-one. But at any rate, it does fall incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 16. Ball at the 39-yard line. Sheffield sends 2 wide to the right. This is the near side of the field, and then they call timeout. So we'll take a timeout and step aside and be back right after this. 3rd and 16 for Sheffield as we come back after the timeout. They have the ball at their own 39-yard line with 6:57 to go in the game. Ripley up 26-21. 3 wide left this time for Sheffield, 1 to the right. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw, looking to his left. Now he throws out in the flat, and it's incomplete. So it'll bring up 4th down now. I want to give a shout out to Jason Brewster back at the station, running the board, doing a great job. And a shout out to Mickey, who tries to keep us all straight. Good luck. So it'll be 4th down. Looks like the punting squad coming on for Sheffield. Ripley will send Terrence Hunter back deep. He'll stand close to his 30-yard line. Here's the snap, and he gets a low one off, but it takes a great roll and taken by Terrence Hunter, and he gets a short gain out to about the 33-yard line. But had he not gotten that ball on the roll, it may have rolled all the way back inside the 15. So good heads-up job by him, just keeping the ball from getting behind him and advancing it as much as he could. Ripley will have the ball 1st and 10. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 6:44 to go in the game. Ripley up 26-21. The Tigers will send Hunter wide left and Hearn wide right. Smith under center. Takes a snap. He hands the ball to Big O, and he's got a big hole, and he's got the 1st down. As he's still on his feet rambling, he's across the 40, and they're still on his feet as they're trying to pull the ball away from him, but he crosses the 40 and gets down to about the 38-yard line, where that is a Farm Bureau Insurance or Ripley Tiger 1st down. And it's going to come back. Holding, Tigers. So that will come back and negate, again, a good job by the offensive line on the left side, opening up a nice hole, and great run by Big O. but it's all for naught as we're going to be back outside the sticks now. Ball is going to be spotted at the 20. Looks like it's going to be, well, the referee can't decide where he wants to put it down. 28-yard line. It's still first down. First down, I guess, in about 20. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Smith takes the ball. He hands it to Barbie. He makes a cut. He's into the secondary. He's coming to the near sideline. He's across the 50. He's across the 40. And he gets down to the 37 or 38-yard line. Maybe 36, depending on the spot. But it's enough for a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Ball will be spotted at the 37. 6 minutes to go in this ball game. Ripley holding on to a 5-point lead. All Ripley's points, well, most of Ripley's points came in the third quarter, 2 touchdowns before they ever snapped the ball. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Smith takes a snap. He hands it off to Barbie again, going off the left side. Got 1 man to beat. And he stays on his feet and is going to go into the end zone. And let's see if there's any, yep, there's another flag on the play. So that's a touchdown call back. It's going to be a hold. Not sure who it was against, but that Ripley Tiger touchdown will be called back. If there's any good thing you can say about this series is, number one, we're taking a lot of time off the clock. Number two, we're making some good plays, and we're running hard. Just got to clean up a little bit of our holding, obviously. The clock is stopped at 5:37 to go in the ball game. Ripley nursing a 5-point lead, 21-26. So the ball now spotted on the Sheffield 48-yard line, where Ripley will have it first and 20. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. And they hand the ball to Big O, and he's stopped in the backfield. And they just grabbed a hold of they grabbed him around the leg. He just couldn't get his foot out. And he takes a loss on the play. Back across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Where it'll be 2nd and 23. Five minutes to go in this ball game. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Smith takes a snap. He hands it off to Barbie, trying to get outside. He's wrapped up in the backfield as the left side of our offensive line just didn't do the job that time, or either there was a blitz on or maybe overloaded. I'm not going to point fingers when I don't know, but I do know that we lost yardage on the play. The way they're coming through, it makes me think anyway, about a quarterback draw or a screen pass. But there's a reason I'm not the coach. So it'll be 3rd down and about 30. 4 minutes to go in this game. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith in shotgun. Takes a snap. He hands it to Barbie. He's going down the far sideline. He's got a little room. He crosses the 40 and knocked out of bounds at around the 35 or 36-yard line. A big gain, but it's still going to bring up 4th. I'm going to say he's at the 37. So let's bring up 4th and
About 7, 8.
about 8 or 9. Ripley's going for it. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. They look to the sideline to get the call from the coach. They're probably going to take a timeout here. I would guess they'd take a timeout because they're definitely using a lot of time, and they do. So with 2:58 to go in this game, it's going to be 4th down and 8 for Ripley. We'll keep it here as the Tigers have called a timeout and want to talk this over. This is a big decision here with a 5-point lead and 3 minutes just about to go in the game. Don't want to give them the ball back in too close a field position or too good a field position. From here, it would be about, if we tried to kick a field goal, it would be about a 55-yard kick. Now, I saw Hendricks in the pregame warm-ups. He was kicking 45 yards and had some room on it. But, of course, that's without a snap, a hold, and a defense that's rushing. And Ripley sends their offense back out onto the field. Biggest play of the game. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith, quarterback, stands in shotgun. And they hand the ball to Barbie, and he's just swallowed up at the 40-yard line. So the ball will go over on downs. Sheffield will have 2:54 to work with. They trail by 5, but they'll have the ball. So the Tigers definitely have to play defense here. It's do or die at this point. The main most of their offense comes from one player, number 0, and he's been hard to handle tonight at times. We can just handle him for another 3 minutes. We can walk out of this game with a win. Sheffield will send 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield for the quarterback. And now they bring a player on late, as he's going to be looks like in the backfield with the quarterback. A lot of time. Here's a snap, and they're going to look to throw it downfield, throwing it long downfield, and almost picked off by Ripley. Marjay Barbie, they just about threw it directly into his hands. He almost stood still, and they ran the route into him, but it does fall incomplete and stops the clock at 2:48, and will still be 2nd and 10. Sheffield from their own 40. The incomplete pass stopped the clock. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Quarterback wants to throw. He's looking, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run to his right, looking downfield, and we've got a man that's trying to catch him, and he does, but not until he crosses midfield and picks up the 1st down and stops the clock as he goes out of bounds with 2:38 to go in this game. Ripley 25, Sheffield 21. Sheffield with the ball at the Tiger 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Two wide to each side for Sheffield. Quarterback takes the snap, wanting to throw. Looking, a flag comes out. Hopefully that will be a procedure call against Sheffield. It should be. Procedure call against Sheffield. That will back them up 5. It'll be 1st down and 15. Ball back across the 50 now at the 49-yard line. 1st and 15 for Sheffield. 2:37 to go in the game. Ripley leads 25-21. Sheffield will send 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback drops straight back, looking to throw. He's flushed out of the pocket. He almost brought down, and now he is brought down by, not behind the line of scrimmage, but at about the 49 49, 48-yard line. So it was a short gain, still outside the sticks. It'll bring up second and around 13. Clock continues to run, 2:15. Doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency for Sheffield. 2 wide left, 2 to the right. We hit the 2-minute mark. Quarterback drops straight back, looking to throw, looking to throw. He's chased out of the pocket. He's going to run it himself. Now he's got, or directing traffic, and he's brought out of bounds and tackled after about a yard gain. It'll bring up third. Third and about 10 or 11. Ball at the 47-yard line of the Tigers. 1:50 on the clock. Third down, about 10. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback looks to his left, now back to his right, and a flag comes out and stops play. And it's another procedure call against Sheffield. That will back them up 5 more. They'll be back across the 50 again at the 49-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 15. 1:48 on the clock. Ripley leads 26-21. 2 wide to either side for Sheffield. Here's the snap, and the quarterback is going to throw it back across the field, and he's got a little room, but a flag comes out late. He's tackled, but I think we're going to get maybe a late hit on the quarterback or something. A flag came out, and there was only the quarterback and the defender back there. Yep, I was going to say he hit him in the head. So that will move it 15 yards, and I think it's an automatic first down with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. I got to admit, I was looking downfield. I didn't didn't watch the end of the play back where the quarterback was. That should move the ball down to the 35-yard line. Waiting for the referees to get the ball marked off. I think he said it was helmet-to-helmet contact by Ripley. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. That's enough for a first down. It'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 with 1:40 to go in the game. Sheffield with the ball, trailing by 5. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left for Sheffield. And play has stopped. Okay, back into play. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback wants to throw, looking downfield, looking, throws over the middle, and it's intercepted by the Ripley Tigers as he comes across the 30. That's Marjay Barbie. He crosses the 40, crosses the 45, coming down the near sideline, 1 man to beat, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 20, and a flag is going to come out late. And that may be against us, but it's going to be after the interception. I think they said we did some excessive blocking, which I think is ridiculous, but Marjay, I think, shaken up a little bit on the field. But there, I believe, well, there's another flag back at around the 46-yard line, so I'm not sure what all this is going to be. There's 1 at the 9 and 1 on the near side and 1 at the 46 on the far hash mark. Marjay gets up and leaves under his own power. Great interception by Marjay. Good job. Hopefully that will seal the deal for the Tigers. I want to make an announcement, but I want to make sure the Tigers are going to win before I do. Excessive blocking, in my opinion, there's no such thing, but sometimes when you hit somebody too hard, you knock them all the way off their feet, and the ball is way out in front of them. And they called it, but I don't know what they've called it yet. They haven't called it anything, but let's let them sort it out. Minute 16 to go in the game. It looks like I said there were 2 flags on the field.
What other flag is?
See the 41-yard line on the far edge? You see the 40-yard line?
Still having a conversation. It's going to come back somewhere. It's just a matter of where. All the flags should be after the interception, so Ripley should maintain possession.
Still interception though. You call me an interception winner.
Still no signal from the referee. Still having a conversation. 1:16 to go in the ball game. Ripley up by 5. See Coach Cruz talking to the referee on the far side. The ball is still sitting at the 16-yard line. That's where the play ended.
He's saying something now. Where you come? Holding on.
Holding on both.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Penalties
Decline.
offset.
Decline.
Holding on both. Penalties
Decline
offset.
the play.
And how? Yeah, okay. The referee turned and pointed the wrong direction, and wasn't sure exactly how that was going to work.
So interception good.
So the interception was good, and Ripley will have the ball 1st and 10. If the penalty's offset, then we should have the ball at the 11.
Must have been after the interception.
On both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ripley will have the ball. Looks like they are going to mark it up. Maybe they mark off both of them,
And then Ripley had one after the
but they're marking the ball back from the 11 to the 31. As long as we maintain possession, that's the main thing that matters here.
That man was up there.
And Ripley called the timeout. I'm not sure. This has kind of been a, at least, oddly officiated game. Ball appears it'll be on the 31.
It was been on the ground for a long time.
If Ripley took a timeout, we'll stay here with only a minute and 16 seconds left to go in the game. The ball spotted on the 31. The Tigers at the Sheffield 31. And it should be 1st and 10 for Ripley from that spot. We'll see. 1:16 to go in the game. Ripley up 26-21 in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs here at Kirby High School, taking on the Sheffield Knights. We've got a break in action. We'll see if we can get some more scores. But Ripley comes back out on the field. They'll be on offense. It'll be 1st and 10. This is probably one of the later games going on in this part of the state. Fourth quarter, Dyersburg 58, Raleigh, Egypt 6. The winner of this game will go to Dyersburg next week. Coach Cruz really wants another shot at Dyersburg. Huntington wins 50-12. Milan wins 42-7 over Ridgeway. Booker T. Washington defeats Halls 24-7. South Gibson 35, Craigmont 18, Union City 48, Freedom Prep 12. Vine County 42, Melrose 32. Okay, they blow the ball into play, so here we go. The last minute and 16 seconds left to go in this game. Ripley looks like they're going into the victory formation. They've got 4 downs, and I don't know how many timeouts that Sheffield has left, but it must be less than 3, and they do take their first time out. But I'm going to step out on a limb here. Unless something drastically happens, Ripley should come away with this with a win, travel to Dyersburg for a rematch of the last game of the season just 2 weeks ago. Ripley coaches really want another shot at Dyersburg. We didn't play very well that night, and we definitely would like to have another opportunity to play them again. What I was holding off on until we won, and that's still a little bit premature, as I read off a lot of the names of the people who fed the Tigers last week. If the Tigers go on to win tonight, we would like to feed the team again. So I don't want to keep going back to the same well and asking the same folks to help again. So if you want to help and participate, just reach out to me or Coach Cruz or someone with the Booster Club, and just let everybody know that you would like to participate, because these kids have worked hard all year. It appears they're going to make it to the second round of the playoffs, and we would definitely like to show our support. And we down the ball again, and I think that was their last time out as the clock runs. 1:02 to go in the game.
It's third down.
So it'll be third down when play resumes. Ripley letting the clock, milking it as much as possible. Again, let's show our Ripley Tiger football players, cheerleaders, and coaches that we're behind them and we support them. And just reach out any way you can. Like I said, you can contact me through Facebook, or contact the radio station, or just go by and see Coach Cruz at the high school, or anybody from the Booster Club. So we down the ball with 22 seconds, and that should be the last play of the ball game. Ripley has never lost the first round of the playoffs, and it appears that that streak is intact as we are at 10 seconds left to go in the game. Remember, the Ripley Tigers will travel to Dyersburg next week for a rematch from 2 weeks ago, and the Tigers have something for them this time, is what the coaches said. So we will be in Dyersburg next Friday night as the Ripley Tigers advance to the second round of the TSSAA playoffs, and will be traveling to Dyersburg to take on the Trojans. So be sure and make your way up there and support the Ripley High School Tigers, and reach out to anyone with the school, even as far as administration, to help feed the team and the coaches. Pretty good sportsmanship tonight. I thought it was a good game. It was a back and forth game in the second half. But congratulations to the Ripley High School Tigers, coaches, cheerleaders, coaches, administration, and everyone who is involved with Ripley High School football. So that's going to do it here from Kirby Stadium, where the final score is Ripley 26 and Sheffield 21 in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. And that's going to do it from here. Good night, and God bless.